Let me see. I should be streaming. Okay. I started stream. Can you hear me? Hello, hello? Voices, voices? Let's see. I got a bad stream status, folks. Darn it. Hold on a minute here. For crying out loud. Alright, can you hear me? I hope you guys can see me here because I bought a new web camera with a 1080p connection, not a 720, and I think I'm overloading my Wi-Fi or my home network. So, let me try this here. Alright, I'm going to give it a shot. On the count of 3, 2, 1. Alright. Yeah, there's my intro, folks. After 50,000 subscribers in several years, I'm thinking about changing it. Let me know what you think. Do I need an intro? Do I need a new intro? Or is this one still fine? Comment down below in the live chat. Alright. I hope I'm able to be seen. Can you guys see me here? I'm on 1080p. I got a new webcam I bought. A new laptop without a webcam. I bought a new webcam to plug into my laptop without the webcam, and I'm trying to determine here if my stream is being broadcast at a good enough clip where you guys can see me okay. So let me know in the live feed here. Let's see. In the meantime, yeah, it's OBS, Brian. Yep. Hey, will somebody eject Space Jam out of here, whoever that is? Brian, he's cursing up a storm there for some reason. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so everybody, hey, welcome. 50,000 K plus live feed celebration, I guess, acknowledgement. It's not a celebration. It is a celebration for me, but more so, this wouldn't be possible without you. So this actually, I'm dedicating this live stream to you, the subscribers that made it all possible. In fact, I'll even turn this video around a little bit, which you'll see in just a moment here, and make you the feature of this live stream. So let's see what we got here. This guy keeps commenting here. I'll just go ahead and... Can we block people easily here? Let's see. Not sure how. You know, Brian, if you see... Yeah, anyway. Oh, it's hidden from you guys? Okay. We got some a-hole here who's typing a bunch of crap, so he's not even being shown in the stream, folks. He thinks he's being smart. He thinks his stream is being shown to all you guys and all his comments. He doesn't see him. Only I see him. Anyway, so enough of that guy. All right, well, I'm going to start off here with the live stream. I already started to open a bottle already. The beer I'm drinking tonight is the Bourbon County by Goose Island. They have like 6 or more different flavors of their Bourbon County this past year, and this one is the barley wine ale. So I've been drinking this for the past few minutes. It's pretty dark, as you can see. See there. It's pretty. See if we can get the bottle up in there. Bourbon County Stout. No, there's no real label on it, unfortunately. Well, there's that, I guess. Well, so that's what I'm drinking tonight. Thanks, Mike. Everyday Barbecue. Congratulations, everyone. Yeah, thank you for all the. Thanks for all the well wishing here. Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys. So speaking of you guys and girls, I wanted to give out some information really quick because again, this wouldn't have been possible without you all and at all. I mean, this is the point of the milestone is to get so many subscribers along the way. I don't get any reward for this. It's just sort of a moment where I can just stop for a minute and just reflect and enjoy it, which is halfway to the 100,000, which is that silver play button award that YouTubers get when they get to 100,000 subscribers. That's going to be a long way away, likely, right, still. But I enjoy what I have, and I appreciate you all for it. So I wanted to turn... Oh, what we got here? Oh, Hey, yep, everyone, again, yep. So what I wanted to do is turn this live stream more of, well, it's a Q&A, a Q&A. Ask your questions all you want here. What I wanted to do first was go through a couple things I was looking at earlier today, because I didn't even know I was going to cross over 50,000 subs yesterday. I knew it was coming soon because it was coming up. So I wanted to actually stop and reflect a little bit as to where I started on this process and how I got here and how far and how long of a process that was. So let me show you some information here. Alright, so I hope you're seeing this slide, but my channel, as of today, 2019, I've been on this channel for over 7 years now, going back to March of 2012 to now, June of 2019. Well, a little over 7 years, and during that time, I've uploaded actually 203 videos, according to my numbers on my channel. Of course, the 50,000 subscriber milestone. And I also had 5.7 million views, which I think is pretty cool considering the smaller niche that we have in this YouTube land, right? I don't do makeup tutorials. I don't do car repair, fish tank, whatever. I know people who are into that, including my brother Chad. He likes that stuff, right? And I'm not a gamer. I'm not PewDiePie or anything like that. I'm just a guy in a small house trying to do what he can with the space and the equipment he's had over the years to do things like cooking and brewing and winemaking and other hobbies as well. So the fact that we were able to make this possible, to go from no subscribers. I probably had 30 subscribers at the end of the first year of doing this back in 2013, I think it was, and it grew a little faster each passing year. So it's amazing. It really is. I had some more stats to show you here too. Let me show you here something. I hope you can see this on your screen. It's really small on mine, so I'm going to have to resize the window here to see what I need to see so I can navigate this for you, right? So again, this is about you, this live stream and this milestone, right? So I kind of wanted to show you what might be of some interest to you as a subscriber, kind of give you some feedback as to where I've gone and where I'm at and how my channel's performing here. So this is what you're looking at here is called the Creator Studio. This is what people on YouTube creators or YouTubers or brewtubers in this case, right, they can use this to analyze data as to how many views and minutes watched and things. Well, so there's a section in here called Build an Audience, which is all about you. And it helps me determine if certain videos are successful and which ones aren't, and which points in videos are successful and which ones aren't. So I can try to adapt it as I go along. So for example, here in this highlighted column, you have 1.4 average views per viewer. So on average, the average viewer is watching my video a little more than once. That's kind of cool. The past 28 days, I got an extra 2.4K subscribers. Actually, I wanted to change this from the last month, so I can go back for over my whole lifetime, or just the past so many days. I'm going to just pick this current year, going back to January. So you see, there's so I gained a lot of subscribers this year, and you can see when, how often that happens, and certain times of the month. Weeks will go by with little dips and lulls between the weekends and weekdays, and an occasional video will go, not viral. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, but it'll become more popular, and so on and so forth. And what else I thought you might see here is the demographics of everyone who's a subscriber here. I have watch time. The average watch time for 2019, no, not an average watch time, it's just watch time in general. How much of it was watched by subscribers like yourself? Almost 13%, and most of it's actually non-subscribers, which I was shocked when I first started doing this, but honestly, this is actually to be expected. Most people don't even have a YouTube account to log into and comment and get notified of anything. Most of the people who seem to watch, at least my channels, are the drive-by viewers, the people who go to YouTube or Google and they type in how to fix, how to make, how to cook, how to whatever. They get what they want and they drive on to the next thing they want to see and don't give two hoots about the person or the other content on the channel. So this is kind of an interesting stat, right? And I've mentioned before, I have an audience base that goes around the world, but about 60% of which is in the U.S., which would make sense, right? Because I am U.S. based. But I got a fair amount in Canada, UK, Australia. Kind of, I mean, they're English speaking, right? Of course, but it's surprised me because it's so far away from here. But so I guess is the UK, Sweden, and I can even go to see more and show you that a lot of the viewers and subscribers are from all different places. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. So let me pause for a minute and check on the... all right, I'll get back to your comments in just a moment, folks. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't losing everyone here. Okay, so I think this is all pretty cool information. The gender, 91% male, which is, I guess, not surprising considering most home brewers and outdoor cooks tend to be male, at least the ones that watch YouTube. But I have a 10%. That's about a 1 in 10 female audience, so that's pretty interesting. And now the age demographics, the plurality of which looks to be the 25 to 34 year range by a very slight margin, but basically anywhere from the 25 to 44 year old margin is my majority audience, with a third place in the 45 to 54 where I'm at. So I just think this stuff is really cool. One more data point which might be of interest to some of you is, let's see, the devices that you guys were watching my videos on. 10 years ago it was mainly just computers and some mobile phones. Now it's according to this, over a third of you are watching this on your desktop or laptop computers. A third of you are on your mobile phone. 20% of you are on your smart TV, I imagine. Tablets, 10% or so, and game consoles at 3.4%. I'm not surprised by that, but what I am surprised about is the average view duration on those. You can see that they had the most longest view durations, or those watching their TVs, followed by the game consoles and tablets. It's the mobile phones that have the least watch time on them. So that's interesting. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. There's a lot of information in here. I'll bore you to death with it all, but I just wanted to highlight a few of those things for you. Let me go back to my live stream. Okay, all right. So thank you again. Without you to make all that data, and with all that data being there, I wouldn't have crossed 50K. So cheers. This is to you. Toast. To see if we can tap you there. All right. Cheers. Excellent. All right, let's start looking through some of the chat here a little bit. Let's see. Actually, I don't even need these headphones anymore because the music and other audio is finished. So put those off to the side there. All right, so let's start going through some chats here. I have to scroll back towards the top, folks, if you don't mind. Just be patient with me. Drink amongst yourselves. Let's see, a lot of hellos. Phil and Florence, hey y'all, how you doing? Brian at Short Circuit of Brewers is my lone moderator for tonight, so thank you, Brian, for moderating this chat. He's the guy with the wrench, Short Circuit of Brewers up here, so play nice, y'all, or he'll boot you. Let's see, what else we got here? Homebrewing TV, that's Paul and Mike too. You gotta include Mike in there. I did a video or two with those fellas last year, one at their place, one at my place. Good set of guys there, fun to hang with and fun to brew with, so definitely a fun time. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh yeah, thank you, awesome stats. Yeah. So some of you like the stats. I'm very glad I was able to show you that. I didn't know if you'd be bored out of your mind. Some of you probably were, but I only did it for a few minutes, so it's over now. You can relax, the rest of you. Do a makeup tutorial. Brew some cider. Yeah, some cider would be good. I would like to brew some cider. I made cider, I think, was it earlier this year or last fall? Last fall, I think I made some cider. But I cheated, you know, I already had the juice and just made it from juice. I don't really have the press equipment I need to like really squeeze apples and pears and all that kind of stuff yet. Not in this house. I don't have storage space for that kind of stuff long term. But I do love me a cider. I did, in fact, I got a 3-tap draft tower now and my new kegerator off to the side here. And once one of them frees up, which I think has, I might consider doing that again. I always have a cider on tap. Robin, hey. Larry, hey, how you doing? Ellen, okay. Beer, barbecue, and makeup. Ha ha. Yeah, okay. So maybe I shouldn't have said anything about makeup. But that's what I'm talking about, right? It's those niche channels like us who are small, who don't appeal to a huge, broad audience. So every subscriber I get, in my opinion, is like 10 from more mainstream channels or 100. So I cherish each one of you even more than probably those other channels would, right? Because we're a specialty niche here, and it's cool to be in for sure. But the data doesn't tell the whole story, right? So again, thank you all. Let's see what we got here. Phil and Florence is still on. Oh, I mentioned Phil. Joe's Barbecue. Joe. Oh, the page just jumped on me. See it? I'll tell you this thing. Let's see. Joe's Barbecue House. Yep. Okay. And then got a question from Walkenwood Homebrewing. It says, "Hey Larry, JP from Oz. Can you do a Greenglass on a craft beer? Say something from Prancing Pony or Pirate Life." Well, I don't know what either one of those two are. I don't maybe never had those. Greenglass videos are great, right? Because you put everything in like one video, but they also take you a month to make because you film brew day, then you have to wait for fermentation, then you have to wait for carbonation, then you film every step of the way, and then finally after a month you have a beer that you can drink, but yet you still got to edit all the video, which takes another week or so. So to produce a Greenglass video, it's actually a lot more planning and work than just doing incremental videos. So I see the appeal of both methods from both the viewer and from the author, where you want to kind of do part 1, 2, and 3 and shorten them from like a half hour long to 5 or 10-minute sprints or intervals. It kind of works up towards your attention span, which there was a stat I didn't show you on there. The average viewer or the average viewer's watch time is a little over 5 minutes on average, right? So keep that in mind. I don't want to be making a whole lot of hour-long videos. I try to shorten them as much as possible, but if you shorten a Greenglass video, then you're going to cut out a lot of content. It's a lot of give and take with that, trying to come up with the right balance of what to show, how much detail to go into, without making the videos too long and too drawn out. So, but I still want to do Greenglass videos and continue to do them. I'm just not sure if I want to do them for every beer I make and every beer video I do. Let's see. Yeah, I'm certainly an engineer. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, appreciate it. How can you tell? Side Yard Barbecue says, those are cool stats, but scary how closely we're watched. Yeah, it is, you know, and being a YouTuber, I have to use this platform, but quite frankly, I'm not really happy with all this either, you know. I mean, from your phones to your tablets to your computers, to like social media apps. I mean, the ads, the advertising, the targeted advertising, how much data they collect. I mean, you know, Facebook and the like. I mean, nothing's free, right? I mean, they offer you all these free apps to like post stuff on, and they use that information. Some people would argue against you, but I just say they just collect all that information and they use it to market stuff to you, to sell your information. They're all making money on you behind the scenes, offering you a free app, and it's costing your privacy and everything, right? But sometimes you just, if you really want to make videos like on YouTube like this, you got to just suck it up and realize that's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, they collect data on everything, from Google to search engines to Facebook to web browsers. I actually use, I try to like mask some stuff. I mean, I use DuckDuckGo as my search engine instead of Google or anything else, because they claim to like not track your searches. I use Firefox, which now has some newer features to stop all that tracking. Chrome is the worst thing to use. Don't ever use Chrome, because I mean the reason why Google wrote Chrome was to get you to use the web browser so they can track you more, because people were using other ways around avoiding their search engine, and they come up with Chrome to get you to use their web browser so that they can collect even more data about you. And anyway, I'm starting to rant now, but yeah, it's a lot of information they have on you. Not they being every company, including the government, everything. So it is what it is. It's a kind of a scary time. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Jim Johnson, cheers. Dale, cheer. Okay. Big Brother's watching. Yeah. That's true. That's what I was just saying. Let me go on down a bit. Phil's asking me if I got any wine. I don't know if you can see. Well, I got a whole bunch of wine back in here. This is from like here over here and over here. Down back here are my homemade wines. So I have a, what do I got here? I got a 2018 Washington Merlot kit wine, which I actually filmed back in September through October, November, December, January, and I have all this footage. I still got to put it together and give you a review of this this kit video I had done. It was a wine kit with the grape skins included. I usually avoid wine kits because they don't have skins, and without skins for red wine, you're not getting a real full-bodied red wine, which is what I like. So I didn't get a batch of fresh grapes this last year, and I went online to Amazon and found an actual wine that sold grape skins in the kit too, which I thought was kind of cool. So it's maturing. It's still a little young, but I've already had a bottle or two already. Let's see. I got other wines back here too, going back to 2015. I had some 2013s that I just finished drinking a few months ago. I'm just running out of space for all my wine because it's got bulk age for a while. It'll sit in the bottle. Let's see, what else we got here? This is a good question because I wanted to make this video a bit about reflecting on how I got here, right? So there's a question here: what got me into homebrewing initially, and also made me think about what got me into doing YouTube. I can talk about that too if there's a question to remind me down the list, or if I forget to talk about it. But what I got into homebrewing for was, let's see, I was back in 2000. I just got a house. I moved out of an apartment. I have a house, so I had more space. I've always wanted, not always, but in recent years prior to that, I wanted to learn how to brew. I had a neighbor across the street from me, Ed, who said, "Oh, I brew beer too. Come on over and I'll show you the ropes." And so I went with him, and we made a few batches of beer. And it was some extract kits at the time. It was fine. It worked great. I did it for years, extract brewing, that is. And then I got into all grain brewing several years after I started. But that's what got me going into it. I just figured I always like to make food. I always like to cook things from scratch for many years, right? So I figured, well, why shouldn't beer be the same? You know, could I make a better beer? Because back in the late '90s, I mean, the craft brewing scene was just starting to like kick off. You had some of them like Goose Island, Bell's Brewery, Sam Adams back then, before it was part of the Empire, right? And but there weren't a whole lot of special. I mean, the different beer varieties, it's just some were just more hoppy than others, or darker colored than others. There wasn't really a whole lot of diversity. I thought I could do better, and that's also what wanted me to get into homebrewing as well. Paul McMillan loved the wit beer. That's one of my favorite styles of beers for the summer, not winter and fall. I just like a nice, refreshing wit beer to keep me hydrated after mowing some lawn or hanging out in the hot sun or in the patio on a summer day. Definitely refreshing for sure. To me, the version I brew with the chamomile tea in it, to me, I think the wit beer style is more of like the iced tea and lemonade combinations of beer. It's kind of like the Arnold Palmer, if you know what that is. It's like a half iced tea, half lemonade drink. It's partial iced tea, partial wit beer, and it's just smooth and good. Yeah, I'm starting to ramble now, but that's a good beer. I gotta make that again, maybe this year, hopefully. What else we got here? Oh, and I got some of you into home brewing. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, well, yeah, I made that video series back in 2015. So, okay, so this is a good segue back to where I was wanting to get to about how I started on YouTube. I think around 2012, I was looking for a new grill for years, right? That was going to solve a few problems for me, and including weather, rain, wind. I got tired of getting up at 3 in the morning to throw a pork shoulder on to be done by 5 o'clock, and then still not be done. And then if you're throwing a party, everyone's standing around for hours waiting for the food to finish. I hated that. I was tired and cranky and hungry. So I said I needed a cooker that can cook overnight, that could withstand snow, cold, wind, everything. And I stumbled across Kamados, and so my first one was a char griller acorn. If you, it was even called an acorn back then. It was called a char griller king cooker Kamado, the KKK. I guess that's probably why they renamed it to the acorn, I suppose, in hindsight. But I used that for a few years because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a Kamado. So I got this entry level one from Menards, I think it was. And I liked it so much that first month or two, I joined a forum that had just started up called Kamadoguru.com. It was it was a brand new forum. I was one of the, I think, original few dozen people that joined this thing. And it really took off, getting to know how to use and cook on this thing. Well, then I started to share some of my videos as part of that forum back in 2012 for other viewers of the forum who weren't aware of what I was trying to say or show. And it just sort of took off from there real slow. I was actually started off as just helping other people on a forum, evolved into some food videos. Then I thought, hey, I'm showing how to make food. Why can't I show how to make my other hobby, brewing? So I started adding a few of those in there. And then I got to that home brewing series that I had done back in 2014 or 15. Try to break up the process into multiple steps, and that was popular for a couple of years. That was my most popular video or video series for a long while, and now it's kind of down the ranks because it's getting kind of old. I might want to refresh that series, maybe modernize it a little bit, make it a little bit better quality. Because when I first started doing YouTube videos, you start to get better and evolve your comfort level in front of the camera, what you need to shoot, the lighting, audio quality generally gets better, like the more you practice and do it. So I think I'd like to just maybe repeat that sometime for those who are just getting into it now. What do I currently have on tap? My CP Home Tech. Well, I had my English Brown Ale. I killed that. I still have my two versions of the Oberon still. I have the Oberon made with the Oberon yeast that I cultured in that last video. I also have the Oberon, the other Oberon I made with the dry yeast, and they're both still sitting here. The kegs are pretty low. I've been drinking it, been sharing it, but I've also been drinking other things. So I have a free tap. I just gotta find a free date to brew again and decide what to brew. I actually got a new kegerator. I haven't done much. I haven't shown any video, I think, on it yet, right? And it's sitting off to the side here. So I got a new kegerator that can hold 3 kegs. My last one could barely hold 2, and now my old kegerator has been converted back into a fridge because it's convertible. And now that's going to become my new lagering, my fermentation chamber, and my lagering chamber probably for some lagers. I hope to get into finally. So I'm excited about that. So I think I might be doing maybe a lager maybe next. Let's see what we got here. A question from Eric Elmore. Hey Larry, love all the videos. When you keg a beer, how long do you usually let it sit at serving pressure before it gets its optimal taste? Personally, I prefer my beers somewhere around the 2.5 volumes of CO2 level, which at 38 degrees or so Fahrenheit in the fridge works out to be about 11 psi, give or take a small amount there. And let me confirm what I was going to answer here. And do I let it sit? Well, it takes about 7 days. I mean, just basically a full week. I mean, I'll just hook it right up to the serving pressure I want. I'm never really much in a hurry because I plan well enough ahead to know when I need a beer done by. And I have other beers usually to drink in the meantime, so I just let it ride. I'll let it carbonate. Probably after, if in any kind of a hurry, maybe I'll crank it up the first 24 hours to get it moving. But other than that, I'll just let it sit for the serving temperature for the first week, and by the end of that first week, it's right where it needs to be. Let's see. Well, Digital Damo, I guess. Yeah. I've inspired you and others. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I was glad I made that decision all those years ago to not just do cooking videos, which there's a gazillion cooking channels out there, and the competition in that niche is pretty stiff. There's so many people doing it. I don't think I was going to be able to stand out necessarily in that. There's so many people that have way better cooking shows than I do. So I thought I'd play up the homebrewing side a little bit and do a little bit of both, because I do both. I mean, I'm not just a home brewer. I'm not just a cook. I have other hobbies too that I don't even talk about. So I figured, well, I like to eat, I like to drink, I like to put them together, and so why not show both in context of my life? And that's what I've been doing. Let's see. Crazy Monkey, Larry enjoyed your SNS collabs. That's the Slow and Sear. Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah. I've only done the two that you see so far, because I haven't had much time to edit video. I've not been quiet though. I've actually been I've done probably a couple or a few dozen cooks already on the new Slow and Sear Kamado since I got it back in April. However, being a new product and a new grill, I wanted to use it for a while first to really get a good feel of its nuances. Like I said, every grill or style of grill has its own ways of wanting to be worked. So I spent a lot of time doing things like pork shoulder, ribs, pizza, steaks, burgers, fish, salmon, shrimp just recently, short ribs last weekend. I posted shots, videos, or clips of all of this stuff on my, well, not all of it, but a lot of it on my other social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. So if you're not following me there, that's why you haven't seen any of that other stuff. But yeah, it's an awesome grill. I'm actually putting together all those clips together earlier today. It's going to take me a while to get it all together, but I'm going to do a comprehensive A to Z of the Slow and Sear Kamado, what I've done with it, what I like about it, and why I switched to it. All right, so that's going to be probably a heavy content video, because I got so much to say about it. I'm so excited about this grill, man. It's like the best combination of what you could get with a traditional Kamado and a regular, like a Weber charcoal grill. Because there are some pros and cons to every grill, right? And this one, I think, gets rid of the negatives of both style of grills and combines them into one really cool, flexible setup. And I'm really stoked about it. So enough about that for now. I'll expand upon that in that video, right? Let's see. What have we got here? No Chad tonight. No, Chad's got plans. I didn't even tell Chad I was doing this because I didn't know I had crossed 50,000 subscribers until last night. And then this morning I decided to set up a live stream for today, since I'm going to be busy for the next few weeks. And I just want to get it in before I forget to get it in, right? This stream. So I sent Chad a message, and he already had plans tonight. But he said good luck, I think. So what else we got here? 3 taps are nice. Yeah, they are nice. I know Brian's got 3, right, Brian? I think you had a 3 tapper like mine. Or maybe it's 2 tapper. I don't know. I haven't been to your house yet, Brian. You have to invite me over. All right. What else we got here? Do I still have the Joe now that I have a Slow and Sear? Yeah, I do. I have both my keg Kamado and my Big Joe Kamado. Because again, I wasn't 100% sure the Slow and Sear was going to work out, and I just wanted, I hedged my bets. I self-cleaned both the grills, get them all cleaned and degreased and polished and shined up, and I put the covers back on and pushed them against the wall, and they've been effectively mothballed. I don't need to use either one anymore, except if I were to travel and need to go on a road trip for some more barbecue competitions like that one I went to last year. Then I'll pull out the keg. The Kamado Joe, it's just dormant. I'm never going to use that one again. It's too dangerous. Uh, um, if you don't know what I mean by that, I probably should explain for those who haven't seen my last video 2 years ago about this topic. And I just actually made a guest appearance on Baby Back Maniac's latest video series called Pimp My Grill. He actually featured me just a couple days ago. If you go to Baby Back Maniac on YouTube and go look at his, it might be his latest video still. I'm like the first one up, and I walk through why I said it's dangerous, and it really is dangerous. I made fun of it in that video. I made light of it, but truth is, that grill was the main reason why I quit doing videos on cooking for a couple of years and focused more on the homebrewing side here. So I still have it. I may need it. I mean, I do throw parties. Well, I used to throw big parties, but I still throw some parties. And if I need the extra grill space, yeah, I mean, for sure. The Big Joe's 24 inches in diameter. The Slow and Sear Kamado's 22 inches, so it's a couple of inches smaller diameter. But that doesn't matter too much because the shape of the dome, at least with the Big Joe, is like more gradual. So this the Slow and Sear is more like vertically shaped. So it's got more space, or plenty of space for larger cuts of meat. But just in case, I still got it. Haven't got rid of it yet. It's hard to sell a Kamado, honestly, because Kamado manufacturers do not warranty the ceramics for anyone except the initial purchaser when they're new. So a lot of people who may buy them used don't know that until they get them and then go to try to file a claim and find out, uh-oh, now you have a broken grill that you just gotta get 4 buddies to haul to the curb and hope the garbage man can pick it up with that grip and throw it in the back of the dumpster, right? But anyway, I'm just starting to ramble now, but yeah, I still got my Joe. I'm just not happy with it. I haven't been happy with it for a while. Let's see. Does my wife join me, or is this more of my thing? She enjoys the end product. She likes to eat and drink everything. I make some beers that she don't drink. Some of the hoppier beers she just makes a face at, just smelling it and tasting it. She don't like the hoppy beers, but she likes the wheat beers, the Oberon clone. She likes the wheat beers. She likes the ciders, which is why I started making them in the first place. The wines, the red and the white wines, which are off camera this way. She likes those, so she enjoys the product. The end result, as do I, but she doesn't actively want to participate, which is okay to some level. I wish she would, because we spend more time together, but truth is, there's always something that needs to be done. Kids got to go here, kids got to go there, shopping's got to get done, stuff, and she's handling all that behind the scenes. So in a way, she is helping, just not on screen. Okay. Okay, Brandon Bitzel, yeah, okay, great, more compliments. Thank you very much. Brew cider with you, yeah. Well, I'd like to brew cider at all, with or without anyone. I'm just craving it right now because it's summertime. Oh, Joe's Barbecue House says, congrats on Justin showing off your funny clip. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So again, if you haven't seen that link, if somebody wants to put it in the live chat for me when I'm talking here, or point it to you, but otherwise it's Baby Back Maniac. Go check out his channel if you like cooking videos. He's got a great personality, I think. He's genuine. He has a lot of YouTube collaborations at his house and other people's houses, and he makes a lot of fun videos. He's good at editing the videos. He's good at producing videos. He's got great video ideas. So if you're into cooking, outdoor cooking, I wouldn't pass on that. He's got a great channel. Do I have a favorite beer from Robin, or a hop? Well, no. Well, I do per season. I have favorite beer styles. As far as I change my mind like I change my underwear about what I like. I don't like this today. I'll drink this tomorrow. But generally in the summertime, I like the lighter ales and lagers. So I like the wheat beers, things like that. Fall is where I start to get into more of the pale ale territory. Winter, IPAs, stouts, porters, barley wines, those kind of things. Springtime, I'm back to brewing and planning for the spring and summer beers again. So I'll try to squeeze in other beer styles somewhere in there as the mood moves me. As for hops, no, there's so many hops. There's more hops being produced, new strains faster than I can get to trying them. So, you know, you think after 20 years of home brewing, I probably would have tried them all. No, not even close. I probably used maybe, you know, less than 20 or less than that. You know, there's probably 100 or a couple hundred types of hops out there. So, nah, I don't have a favorite hop. I used to like Cascades when they first came out because they were so unique. Now, almost every hop out there has got hints of citrus and pininess to it, that they're all pretty much common. So I like certain types of hops for certain beer styles, though. So that's true. I just can't think of every single example right now. Let's see here. What are my thoughts on Pilsners? I would love to make Pilsners. I never had the band. I didn't have a lagering or fermentation chamber that was dedicated for brewing until just now, until just recently. So I have yet to. So that's on my list of things to do. Some sort of lager this summer. I didn't know what kind yet, but some type of Pilsner will be one. I would like to make a nice, just as a challenge, a nice pale, clear, light, crisp lager or Pilsner or Helles or whatever. I just never done it. Never had the means before. So that's something that really excites me, and so I'm starting to do some research on that. And I think that something like that may be my next beer. But as far as making a video of it, again, it's going to be like month, then like 6 weeks to 8 weeks of lagering, and then it's going to be a few months before I can even make a video on it. So as far as the entertainment value of sharing that with you, it'll be severely delayed out a few months. So that's unfortunate part of it, but at least I'll have it done. Let's see. Cheers, Data Hounds. See, when did I start brewing? Okay, I think I answered that. The year 2000. And let's see, nothing but love for you. Thanks, Paul. Haha. Terry Leaders. Hey, my old college bud. How's it going, man? Yeah. Yeah. Terry, I haven't seen Terry. I've seen him on Facebook. I haven't talked or seen him in many years. Man, it's good to hear from you again, man. Let's see. What do I think of the Clawhammer Supply Brew in a Basket system? Well, I've only seen what I've seen on videos, on their videos, and some other people's videos. I think it's fine. I haven't had my hands on it. I haven't brewed on it, so I don't know what problems it may have. I just think it's yet another all-in-one kind of system, like the Grainfather, Robo Brew, this new one that Brian here online, Brian at Short Circuit of Brewers, he's got a couple videos on all-in-one devices recently about the one from Anvil, right? And you got one from that brew, that place in Norway. I can't remember the Narn name of it. So if you want to see some more about those videos, but about those devices, you go check out his videos on them. But I don't know. I have no opinion. I just think something that, if it will get you started in brewing at an affordable price point that's comfortable for your budget and avoids some of the more basic challenges and hassles of brewing out of a bucket, let's say. Yeah, I mean, that's a decision for every person to make, but I have nothing negative to say about them. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Wow, I'm talking too slow for you folks. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let me get a sip of my beer first here. Thank you, William Farmer. Thank you, everyone. Beers Jack of Barbecue. Congrats, Larry. Stopping by to say hi. Hey, how's it going, man? I've been following you online too there. So yeah. So cheers. Yeah. Let's see. From Trevor, would I trust caps for long-term wine and meat storage? All I use are caps, but I want to store a bottle or two of each for down the road. I'm assuming you mean screw-on caps or bottle caps. I think you mean bottle caps. Yeah, I think they're fine. In fact, if you didn't know this, well, there's a couple of things two different story branches I can go down here. Personally, I've made some batches of wine, and every batch of wine, I take those old swing top bottles, those green Grolsch or swing top bottles that kind of snap down. This is an oversized version of one, right? This is just, but so they go on in there and they clamp down, and I've used those. So those are like porcelain with rubber stoppers on them. I've used those for wine just fine. Um, as far as the bottle caps, I don't think I've ever capped them, which I probably could. However, just just so you know, I read an article. I'm not sure how accurate this all is, but I think in France, some of the world's best champagnes that are made in Champagne, France, right? They are actually um, aged and made in bottles that are bottle capped. They are prepared in bottle caps, and the only time that the cork gets put on is late in the process before they add the carbonation to the champagne. So if the pros use them behind closed doors, and the only reason why I think they switch them is because everyone expects them to be fancy corks that are screwed down, and if they're using them, I think you could too. I don't see a problem with it personally. I don't know. I've never done it though, so don't take my word for it completely. I'd just say read up on it, but I wouldn't think it would be a problem. Let's see, Joe's Barbecue House. Yeah, some homemade wine. Let's see here. I'm just trying to look for questions, folks. I'm just trying to keep you from all being bored from me reading every single. I'm scanning with my eyeballs, looking for something that's directed at me. That's a question. If you want to see me or get my attention a little quicker, you can see an example down here where Beer's Jacket Barbecue, for example, is doing the little @ symbol and putting in my name in there, and it highlights it with I guess an orange kind of a color, so it stands out a little bit better. So if you're trying to get my attention and I'm not seeing it, try using that. Yeah. Oh, yep. That's right. Okay. Paul says I'm free to brew. What should we do? I don't know. First, I got to figure out which weekend I'd have, but I would say, again, I think I wanted to try my hand at a lager, but who knows? We'll see. Okay, from Dustin, he says, Larry's the man. Your spreadsheet is spot on for my system. Greatly appreciate your contribution to the culture. Much love. Oh, yeah, so my spreadsheet is free. If you are looking for some free beer calculators, recipe calculators, and it's not as useful I still find it highly useful. I think it's better than some of the other software out there still for some things, but back when I wrote this thing, there was no software I was aware of back when I first made my first spreadsheet, and then soon came some of them like Beersmith, and I think ProMash was one. I think that's what it was called back then. But they were clunky, and I thought they were expensive, and they could only be used on the device you downloaded it to. It's kind of like licensing restrictions and all this stuff. So I just been growing my own spreadsheet over the years, and been adding stuff that you have requested, as well as stuff that I discover that I want. So I'll make a new beer style, and I realize, hey, my brewing spreadsheet doesn't handle this type of beer for this whatever I'm doing, and I'll have to add to my spreadsheet, modify my spreadsheet, and I just share it with everyone. Just what goes around comes around. Hoping someone someday will pass something useful on to me like that. Let's see. A tour of my bar. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I don't want to move my laptop too much here, but probably should have done the live stream on my phone so I can walk around and show you all that stuff. But basically, if you watch any of my videos where I'm down in my bar, right behind me is the back wall. The bar is actually under the laptop here and behind here, right? And off to you probably can't see it here, can you? No, I got my kegerator under the bar. I have a wet sink off to the side for washing and stuff. I got lights in here that are causing problems with the lighting here, but I got glassware, wine racks, not a whole lot to really see here. It's just a basic bar. I didn't build this. This was actually here when I moved into the house back in the year 2000. So I just took advantage of it. Would I have done things differently? Yeah, probably. But someone else built it. Someone else put the labor into it, and I'm just reaping the benefits. So let's see. Let's see what we got here, folks. That was a great move, Larry. Oh, Phil. Okay, I'm not sure what I did to be. Okay, I'm gonna have to clarify that later. like that. I don't know. Yeah, Phil says my channel exploded in the past 2 years. Yeah, in fact, I probably could pull up those stats if you guys want to be really bored and like dig through some of this stuff. But yeah, I went. So that's part of the history, right? 2012. I was happy to have 30 people at the end of a year. I think it was. Then I had 100, and eventually, probably in another year, and then 500. You know, it kind of started to double after about every year for a while. So 30 to 60, 60 to 120. You know, that kind of thing. So I went a year ago. I went from 20,000 subscribers to January of 2018. I think I was at 20,000, for example, and 2019 January, 6 months ago, it was like almost 40,000. So that almost doubled then. And then in the past 6 months, I gained like 13,000 more, or somewhere, some kind of number. Yeah, it all adds up somehow to like 50,000. So I think it's yeah. So we'll see how it goes. It has been growing. Not sure why. I haven't been putting. I have not been putting out a ton of content the past year, any more than the previous years. I mean, I've had a few years there where I was putting out content, but I felt like it was like every other week or more often. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's just people watching my old videos again or rediscovering them. I have over 200 videos, so yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, some more hellos. Oh, Father's Day's coming up. That's tomorrow. Yeah, for all you dads out there, happy Father's Day. Another tap. Yeah, that came up real fast. My wife was asking me what I want to do tomorrow. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't much thought about it. Let's see. Yeah. Phil says, Larry, instead of a new lid hinge, I just got a new Kamado. Yes, yeah. Well, yeah. I don't want to rip on products that because I mean I got a lemon. I did, right? I mean most people didn't have the problem I have, but there's been enough people I've connected with that have had the same problem as I, and it was obviously a design defect of some sort or manufacturing defect or something, and I'm out of warranty now. So when I had it replaced the last time, it took almost 5 months to get it replaced. So I went through the entire summer and fall, my prime grilling and cooking months here in the Midwest, because I can't cook as well as often in the wintertime. Just don't want to be outside, right? And I replaced it, and now it's having the same problem again, and I'm now out of warranty. So I would be paying for that replacement according to the warranty if I were to have another claim. And I was kind of dejected. And then a few months ago or less, Justin, a Baby Back Maniac, I watched his channel, right? I mentioned his name earlier. He had a video at a trade show in Dallas that he was at with Mike. I think Mike's still on this thread too. Mike from Everyday Barbecue. He was down there with him, so he was there to see it. But I just saw the video, and they were showing off this at this trade show, the new slow and Sear Kamado that addressed every single one of my concerns thus far with Kamados and the pitfalls I've had with other ones, from the Acorn to the Keg to the Big Joe. So when I reached out to the owner of the company, Dave Parrish over at Adrenaline Barbecue Company, we talked a little bit, and he agreed to send me one as long as I'm willing to give it a fair shake and hopefully get it on my channel for you guys to see. And I've only done a couple videos, like I said, but I got a lot of footage I can still share you. I just gotta get it out. Let's see. Congrats again, everybody. Thank you. Robin's asking for a collab. What do you mean by collab? Between who? Me and someone? Me and you? Me and who? Let's see. I must not be following the entire thread, so forgive me if I didn't understand. Cheers from Canada. Oh, okay. Craig, Beers Jacket Barbecue says his Beers is his last name. Craig is his first name. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess I never realized that. I guess I watched the videos and either didn't hear that or you never mentioned that. I don't remember. All right. So that's good information to know. Okay. Um, would I consider getting a newer Kamado? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. A newer Kamado Joe. Oh, that's a tough one, man. Honestly, I mean, philosophically speaking, it's a question that I could maybe ask you, right? After paying $1,600 for a grill and hundreds of dollars extra for extra accessories for that grill, and find out that it's a lemon, that warranty support takes you months, and that the problem that you're warranted for is now out of warranty, is going to cost you money to replace the parts. Would you want to give that company any more of your money? I don't. I wouldn't. So this would apply to Kamado Joe as well. I will not spend another penny with Kamado Joe as long as I live, because I basically felt like I wasted a couple of years of my life not being able to cook well in this thing, risked hurting myself doing it, and paid a lot of money for that privilege, while I watched my neighbors cooking every day on their cheapo like charbroiler charcoal grills, laughing at me all the way for spending so much money on a dud. So I know I sound bitter. I am. So no, I'm not buying another Kamado Joe ever again. Okay, all right. So Larry's Woody. Yeah, that was my stick. I had a stick that I used to like prop up the lid. So when I opened up, I propped up this steak in there so I could take my hand off the grill and I could get down there and like work with both hands. I mean, it was so bad and so habitual that ever since it started happening back in 2016 maybe, about a year after I got this grill, I think, if my time scale is correct, I would always have to lift the big lid and have my arm hold this thing up while I sit there and fumble around for my spatulas and try to like grab stuff with one hand and pushing stuff around the grill, trying to scoop it up with something. It was I'm getting wound up again. Sorry. So it was not fun. But then when I got the Slow and Sear Kamado, even as recently as last week, after having had this grill for 2 months, I think my wife or myself pointed out to myself, I guess, that I'm sitting there holding the lid up while I'm still flipping food, realizing why am I doing this? Why is my hand still on this lid? I let go and it's fine. So, I mean, that's how much how bad of a problem it was. It was like muscle memory that I had to do this with this thing for so long. I can't believe I actually waited as long as I did till I get a new grill. But I was kind of hoping the new hinge would have solved the problem, and eventually started becoming more and more clear I was going to have the same problem again in the future. And just anyway. Let's see. From Paul 006. Larry, I enjoy your videos. Authentic Feel. I just started in January and got a claw hammer system. All right. Well, there's someone that you can hook up with the question earlier about the claw hammer system. Why don't you guys hook up and talk about it? Because I don't have one to give you any extra information. Brewing Zombie Dust. Excellent. Yeah, that's a good beer. What's next best grill price-wise from the Kamado Joe? Is it worth it? Oh, well, price-wise, I don't know. The prices keep changing. I mean, for example, I said I spent $1,600 on a first-generation Kamado Joe Big Joe. Now that I think they're the Gen 2, or maybe the 3 now is even more, but I think the Gen 2 was up to $2,000 recently, I think, from when I was doing some window shopping or online shopping. I don't really have an opinion. I mean, one grill I was wanting to get my hands on originally was the Primo Oval XL, because it's kind of an oval grill, so you can get 2-zone cooking. But with the Slow and Sear Kamado, I got a pretty good setup there now for that. The Slow and Sear is like $1,500, I think. I was remembering $1,500, and it comes with a ton of stuff, including free shipping. And it's warranted like any other Kamado. You know, the ceramics are lifetime. The hardware, which is stainless steel, is not lifetime. I don't know if it was a 5 or 10 year, maybe 10-year warranty. Anyway, So that now that I've used the SNS Kamado, I would recommend that. The big green egg is always there, but the problem with the big green egg is that they're always nickel and diming you for every little thing. Oh, here's the egg. Oh, you want a stand for it. Oh, you want side trays for it. Oh, you want a grate to put in it so you can actually cook food on it. You know, those kind of things, those add up. So when you add it all up, you got to make your decision if it's the right price and configuration for you. If you're looking for an entry-level cooker, that although poor quality in my opinion, the Char Griller Acorn, with a little bit of modification, so where you caulk up the air gaps around the vents with some high temp silicone caulk to lock up the airflow in there. Maybe anything else that would help it seal better, which is what I did. It's a great cooker. It is. It's not true ceramic, and there's advantages to ceramic even more than what the Acorn and its metal hull can provide. But I did two different videos on that topic about a year and a half ago as well, if you want to go back and watch that. But I can't give you any. It's really up to you and the features that you're looking for. But having used the Slow and Sear Kamado and seen the other Kamados, shopped them, compared them, watched review videos. I've owned 3 others already, and now this is my 4th one. And although the Slow and Sear Kamado is a new product, which should make everyone skeptical, including myself, you know, not new companies, but new products from new companies, like the first gen models, like the Kamado Joe, Big Joe that I bought, can eventually have problems. But so far, 2 months in, and I have not had a single problem with this thing. From talking with Dave Parrish, the owner, because he came out for that Brew Day collab, or not Brew Day, the outdoor food collab, and I asked him a lot of questions about this grill, and why it was made a certain way. Why did they use the hinge that they used instead of something like the Kamado Joe new hinge that's like got the air damper or whatever to help it open and close and things, and why did you go with such a more traditional or basic design? And the answer has always been, for everything on his grill, was along the lines of, well, we're using proven designs, proven technology that's been around for decades, like on the Big Green Egg, for example. That thing's been around since the 70s, right? And it hasn't gone through a whole lot of design changes. So he went that route, knowing that it was a new grill, and he didn't want to have any problems with any new features that weren't fully vetted and tested out in the field like Kamado Joe did. So I would recommend the Slow and Sear Kamado if you were asking my opinion now, but that's my opinion. Right? What do you got here? Larry on the hot seat. Oh, ha! You know, I've heard of this hot seat thing. Honestly, frankly, CJ, I'd never even seen one. I heard people talk about it in forums, though. I wonder what that's involved. You want to send me something about it? I'd be interested in hearing about it or whatever. Sure, yeah. I just don't know what it entails yet, so I don't know what I'm signing up for. But send me something about it, will you? Let's see. Question from Phil and Florence. Larry, if and when you use the fast ferment, do you have wall cleaners that don't clean off? My carb. Oh, I got you. Wall cleaners inside the. Okay, yeah. The carb always seemed cleaner than the fast ferment. Well, yeah. I've only used the fast ferment a couple times, and I still have it. You know, because I may want to try something on it, right? Because for the sake of this channel, maybe I want to compare it to something in the future. But I personally quit using it. I didn't see much of a need for one, honestly. I think, like what you're saying, Phil, the carboys I've had with the right technique, for example, using those carboy cleaning wand that I did a video on months ago about how to clean your carboy fast and quickly. I just find it easier. I agree. I don't see the need for anything more fancy. I don't collect yeast, because I change the yeast like I change my underwear often, I hope, right? So I don't really have a need to save yeast before it go bad again, you know, because I try different yeast strains and things. So and as far as racking and all that stuff, I just ferment in the carboy or the fermenter. I don't rack to another one or anything like that as part of the process. So just the basic carboys work well for me. I don't really have much advice about the fast ferment, honestly. Okay, another question. How old are my kids? Let's see. Well, 16 and 13. Just had birthdays this past spring here, so it's still new to them, being a year older. It's also new to me, getting used to a 16-year-old who's learning how to drive. Let's see. Chris says, thank you, no questions, but thanks for, okay, awesome, man. You rock, man. Thank you for great comments. I just lost. For every so often, the screen jumps all the way down to the last one. I have to scroll all the way back up again to find out where I was. It's actually kind of irritating. This happens on every live stream, so I should expect this, I guess, huh? What's the best sub $500 smoker, in my opinion? Well, I don't know, man. You start going down to a certain point, and you're going to be paying the difference in cost by the extra hassle and labor and time and burnt or undercooked or unfinished foods that you get. I mean, I had a COTS or a commercial off-the-shelf Brinkman smoker originally when I first started smoking foods, and I thought it was cool because it was an offset and all that, right? But the truth is, there's so many air gaps in this thing. I had to tend to the fire every 20 minutes, throwing more logs, more coals in, always opening and closing vents all the time, trying to keep the airflow in there. And if it rained, it just ruins my day because the whole thing cools off. This is why I went to a Kamado, is because of this experience, right? So if you go too low in quality, not price, you might find a good sale on something good, right? But I'm talking about like cheap quality. Was the saying that the buzz of getting a good price on a cheap product is only temporary, but the pain of the poor quality lasts a lifetime or something like that. I think I butchered that phrase, so I don't have any opinions. I kind of stopped looking at the lower cost grills a long time ago. I like to put food on at night, go to bed, wake up in the morning, the food's done for lunch or whatever, and I don't have to get up early and tend to the fire and everything. So I kind of lean towards the higher end grills now, but I understand it. If you're on a budget, I get it. I just don't have any brands I can throw at you right now. Sorry. I don't grow any hops. No. I've been here almost 20 years in this house, 19 actually, 19 and a half. I've never grown hops, never. Every year I threaten to move out of here. So every year I go, why plant, hops? Because it's going to take a couple of years for them to establish anyway, and then I'm going to be moved. So I just haven't done it. No, I would like to, but then again, it's like I like to change hops a lot. So I don't know. I just find it's just easier just to order the hops I want and just have what I want when I want it and pay the price for it. But the price is for the convenience of being able to try different beer styles more often. If all I had was one type of hop, I would feel obliged to use those hops more often. And if I don't want to use those hops on a particular batch, then you freeze them and stuff. But then you got to freeze dry them, and I get anyway. It's I would like to have done it if I had the yard space for it and the long-term planning to do it. But I have not. The Weber Smoker Mountain. Oh, there's one. Smoker. Okay, the Weber Smoky Mountain. That's great advice from R. Patrick. So that was the question about the sub $500 smoker. I heard that's a good one too. Now again, not as good as Kamado because it's not resistant and impervious to wind, rain, and weather, which was one of my personal requirements when it came to a low and slow cooker. But if you're in the south and it's warm year-round and you have an overhang to protect yourself from rain, and if you have a wind block wall or someplace so the wind doesn't come through and cause problems on your grill, I think that would be fine. That's what a lot of people use. High pressure lager turned out great. Yeah, I saw that video, Brian. Now that you mentioned it that might be something I try. Right? That's genius because I have a couple pressure vessel fermenters. Including that's Spike Flex Plus that I got a few months back, and the Fermentosaurus. So I may be doing a high pressure lager sooner than later. That's an awesome idea. Okay. And the best cheap smoke. Yeah, the best cheap smoker again from Lucas. That's I think I covered that already. As best I could, not completely probably to your satisfaction, but the best cheap smoker. Okay, all right. I'll tell you what. I do have an idea. I think I said this a half hour ago, but it's the Char Griller Acorn for $250 on sale when they have sales at Menards or Home Depot or online. It's usually around $280 retail. I've seen a lot, maybe even $300 now. But if you consider that a Weber Performer charcoal grill runs about $300 nowadays too, so you're going to get a Kamado that can really seal up with a little bit of a modification to it, and then you can actually use that as a smoker. And I did that for a few years, and that's how I got into. Well, again, I'm going around the bush here, but that's how I got into YouTube and doing Kamados, is that I thought I'd try something new and completely different that was affordable, and that's where I started. Let's see, lagers, go-to beers, Brian, okay, Anvil, oh, Brew Tools, that's what it was called. That all-in-one device I mentioned about the Anvil all-in-one. Okay, you guys probably read all this. I'm just getting caught up. Sorry about that. Terry, my buddy Terry, watching the brisket video next, making his first tomorrow. Excellent. Yeah, I like brisket. Of course, it takes so long to cook, right? You're cooking like a full-size one, like a really big one. The way I like to cook them takes anywhere between 16 and 20 hours sometimes to like cook this thing through. So I put it on like the evening before, let it go all night, all the next day, and by dinner time, it's afternoon, I pull it off and let it rest, wrap for a little bit, and then eat it. Outstanding. So yeah, good luck with that, Terry. Man, I hope it turns out well. I got a large one here in the freezer off camera here that I still need to thaw and cook this month or next month. Cheers. Oh, I got another cheers. Okay, well, all right. So I'll be like the guy that you press the like you put the quarter in the machine and you get some feed at the children's zoo or whatever. And you're like, hey, cheers. All right, here you go. Yeah. So just say cheers and I'll have to cheer you, I guess, huh? Where do I get my CO2 for legging? But I mean, assuming means kegging, of course. From David, multiple places. For a while, I was getting them. Well, if you have a homebrew shop, they usually tend to have them, right? You just go there and get them or swap them, right? But for a while, I found it easier and closer to my house to go to a welding supply business and buy them there. I mean, they'll sell you like the big tanks, so you have a whole bunch of CO2 at a great discount. Of course, that's a big tank to haul and move, but they also sell the small ones too. So welding supply shops are a great place to get them, and homebrew shops. This is where I've been getting them, at least. Let's see. Oh, Brian did the Cornicle review as part of the high tide. Okay, yeah, okay, that's right. I couldn't remember, but yeah. So that's a good idea. Oh, Chad's in the house. You guys all know that already. Darn it! See, I'm so far behind. I'll just skip ahead a little bit. But hey, Chad, how's it going? He made it. He had plans tonight. I told everyone. Chad, I told everyone that you had plans tonight, but apparently you found time to call in. Let's see. Any thoughts on doing a yeast bank? No, I said before, I just don't have much of a need to keep yeast around. There's 2 homebrew shops within equal distance of one another here. There's online methods. I change my yeast like, well, I said before, like my underwear. Anyway, let's see. Spunding valve. Yeah, thoughts on the yeast. Okay. You guys are all interchanging. Oh, man. I am so far behind. $2. Okay. All right. Toast. We got $2 from Brian for his $2 tip there. So that's going to require a refill and a toast. Cheers, Brian. Thanks for the $2. Not sure where to spend it all. Just kidding. Thanks, man. Let's see. Oh, Paul makes a fantastic Hellas. Dude, I would be in on that because yeah, we should get together for another brew day collab because that was fun last time, and I do that again for sure. But I think the next time I'm gonna have to stay in a hotel nearby because that was one fun brew day last time. Anyway, let's see. No, I never tried making a Brago. Is that how it's pronounced? Or Braggot? I thought it was whatever. I'm not French. I don't know how to pronounce these things. On an amber ale. No, I have not done that apparently because I can't even pronounce it. But that, why don't you send me some information on it? I'd be curious. I've always had this running list of recipes I want to do, and more often than not, I kind of just go back to doing what I know a lot, and sometimes I'll try new stuff, but the list gets longer and longer, and I can't get caught up on that list of things to make. But yeah, I like interesting things. I'll give it a shot maybe if it's if I think it sounds good. I mean, it sounds good if it's based on an amber ale. I like amber ales, so yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sorry, guys, I'm dragging you down here again. Sorry about all that, man. There's just so much text going on here. Somebody asked me a question. Prime rib. Oh yeah, prime rib would be good. Now distilling is something. It's a final frontier. I have not yet got into that, but I would probably have to say I have been watching a lot of distilling videos. So George over at Barley and Hops, I think it is. He's a great guy. He's got great tutorials. I think it's called Barley and Hops or something. I'm not clear. But this guy George, he's got great videos. Looney Larry on Looney Larry TV. He's got another channel called Shinology that he just started. There's a lot of good information out there. It's still illegal across the U.S. It's illegal in Illinois here for sure too. So it's one of those things that's out of sight, out of mind, I guess. So, oh boy, yeah. Never mind. Next topic. Let's see. What is my job and career? Well, my current job, actually, this is part of my challenge this year, folks. I actually switched jobs. I still work for Siemens, but in a different division. And I'm no longer any kind of engineer. I'm now what's called a solution architect. So I went from working as an engineer most of my adult career. I was also wearing a hat of what they call it. Well, back in the day, in the 90s, it was like, oh, you're the CAD engineer, the CAD manager, the CAD administrator for doing CAD modeling, 3D modeling. And that evolves into how do you manage that data, and that evolved into how does the rest of the company use that data. And now there's these new buzzwords like PLM for product lifecycle management, and ERP for enterprise resource planning. So that's the industry I've kind of like walked backwards into basically over the decades. So I am now a consultant basically for customers to how to use the software of the company I work for and how to implement it to solve their business challenges and time to market, saving money, complying with regulations and the like. So that's what I do now. It's a traveling job. I work from home now, which is awesome because I like to work and multitask and do different things, and I don't like driving in Chicago area traffic. I hate it so much. But it involves travel. So I'm going to be traveling this coming week. I'll be gone at a customer site, right? For example. So I'm uncertain as to how much of this time of my time this is going to eat up and take away from YouTube here, because it already has. You probably may have seen the pace of my videos has dropped since February or even last fall when I was interviewing and spending a lot of time searching for new work. So I hope to find a groove, right, where I can balance both really well, so I can actually get back to putting out more YouTube videos again without impacting my new job. Let's see. Hello, Brandon. Awesome to see me live. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of live streaming. I would. I don't mind doing this, but I just don't think you want to see much of this. I mean, so I kind of limit this to maybe once a quarter, maybe 2 to 4 times a year. I would do it more often if there was demand for it. I'm just not sure what the demand is. I get maybe 50 people on this live stream. Maybe I don't know what the stats are. I'm not looking at the screen to go find out. But I do more live streams. I think, you know, more Q&As. If there was enough interest, I'd do it. But I haven't felt like the push to make more. So I just been doing them when I can and when I feel it's appropriate. Let's see. So, distilling whiskey was a question I kind of answered or not. I would like to. I have a grainfather, which was which if you don't know, was designed to be a distilling device that became a brewing device as well. So they sell, or third-party companies sell these extra copper domes that you can snap on to that, for example, and turn it right into a still without any extra work. You can build your own still, a DIY project. Again, I'm a novice at that, so I'll defer to other YouTube channels who are already doing this stuff for their advice. But I would like to do that. I would definitely would. I just, you know, can't talk about it. Have I done a bacon video? Yes, there is one on my channel from about a couple years back. It was awesome. In fact, I got some frozen bacon in my freezer behind you here, in my downstairs freezer that I made probably a couple months back. I make the whole pork belly, then I'll portion it up into like 1 or 2 pound slabs. Then I'll vacuum seal it and freeze them in portions. So when it comes time to use them, I'll pull them out like the night before, and they're mostly thawed in the morning, which is great because then I can put them on the slicer and cut them real nice and straight slices, and then fry them right up or throw them on the grill. That's a great way to do it too. I've been taking my bacon, and it's just quicker than frying in a pan to put them in an oven on a rack, and the bacon comes out just fine that way too, and it's a lot less messier and saves you time from making a huge batch in like a frying pan or something. But I have a grill, right? You throw them out there on the grill, they get a little smoky flavor to them. All that grease just stays out there, and it's not in your house and smell like grease and bacon. No, I like the smell of bacon, just don't like all the grease. So yeah, that's I love bacon. You're getting me hungry thinking about bacon now. Question from Paul. See, he's directing the question to me with the little at symbol there and my BEER-N-BBQ by Larry string there. He says, as someone who doesn't own a acorn style grill and knows next to nothing, is there anything wrong with the big green egg? Well, nothing wrong with the big green egg. There's well, I have my personal preference is to not get a big green egg, but that's my personal preference. But they've been out there for decades. They're proven in the industry. They're made in Mexico, I think, and not China like all the other ones are, I think, except Primo. If that matters to you, right? Let's see. What I didn't like about the big green egg was 2 things. One I mentioned earlier was how they nickel and dime you on all the components of one. But it's okay, because if you like a la carte stuff, like, you know, it's like flying different airlines, Spirit versus like United, right? Spirit, they nickel and dime you for everything. Oh, you want a seat assignment? Oh, that's an extra $15. Oh, you want a chicken bag? That's an extra, you know. That's how they are with the big green egg, or at least they had been in the past. I don't know about today. The other thing I didn't like about it, and a few other styles of grills I've seen at some of the hardware stores and department stores in my area, is if the main rack, like the main cooking grate, is not flush with the seam. So when you lift the dome up, I guess the dome up like this, and if the grate is not at the level of the base, I won't buy it. Because if that main cooking rack is recessed down into the grill, it makes it harder to get down in there with a spatula. If you have burgers or things that you want to flip with a burger, it just makes it a little bit more difficult to get down in there and flip things, especially when you're making pizza. So, and I make lots of pizzas. You may see this on my video and social. I mean, I make pizzas a lot on my grill. I love pizzas, and I love making them on my Kamados. And I got a pizza peel, you know, with those big paddles that you scoop it up the pizza and pull it out. Well, if you have a recessed grate, you're not going to be able to get that peel in there or to put your pizza in there easily. And anyway, personal preference, that's all. And the style of food that I like to make. If you're not concerned about that, they're a well-established company. So, all right. Just waiting on me. Let's see. Brandon Larson, yeah, you learned a lot about brewing. Thank you. Yeah, well, yeah, well, you're welcome. You know, thank you. Yeah, thanks for joining. You know, I started this channel off as a how-to tutorial and instructional type channel. In fact, I think you look at the category of my channel on YouTube, I don't know how you can find that. I just see it in one of my options. It's a how-to channel category, and that was what my intent was to show videos, details on how to do certain things. And so I jumped in with the brewing stuff and the cooking stuff on with that thought in mind, and it seems to have been paying off for some of you. So that's great. That's good to hear. Is he coming to Ohio? I think you're asking about me. Well, Brian's in Ohio, right? So if I have to go to his house, that means going to Ohio. Wink, wink, hint, hint. I want to see that new basement bar that you're building, Brian. Oh, deep breath. Oh, yeah, I was getting wound up there, but yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just reading comments. I just want to repeat what you guys have already read. The whiskey thing again. Blackstone Griddle. Yeah, see, now, they had one of those for sale at the store the other day. 36-inch one, right? Nice big one for 200 and some odd bucks. I think they're normally like 400 or 350. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. But the problem I have, see, now I have my buddy Mike over at Everyday Barbecue. Go check out his channel too. He does a lot of cool stuff he's got a Blackstone and I think a Camp Chef griddle now. And he does a lot of flat top stuff. And I love flat top cooking too. I just don't have a flat top to cook on anymore. I don't have a covered patio or an overhang or a place to put it back when I'm not using it. It would basically have to stay on my open patio, exposed to the elements all the time. And I just didn't like that, I guess. I mean, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm overthinking that it's going to rust and break down and all that stuff. I don't know. But that's been my hang up. If I can be convinced that it's great to just leave on a patio and let it sit there and through the winter and summer and fall and rain and foul weather and all that, then maybe I'll reconsider. So if you have any opinions on that or experience with any griddle, including Blackstone or Camp Chef, let me know. Let's see. Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. So Craig, is it from Jack's Beer Barbecue? Yeah. So you got the KJ2. Yeah. And I got the so the Slow and Sear Kamado. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that. I mean, I honestly do like it. And again, full disclosure, I didn't pay for the Slow and Sear Kamado. This one was comped. Again, I told you this earlier though, is because it was like product placement. Gives me a grill, gives me a grill to do YouTube videos on. I get a new grill, he gets product placement, and you get more cooking videos. So I thought it was a win-win-win situation here for us. Now, I never made any promises to promote, to talk positively or negatively about this grill on any condition of getting it. It was just that it was a handshake, a verbal agreement that I would give it a fair shake. If I liked it, make videos on it. If I don't like it, then don't make videos on it, which is all I ask for, from any potential sponsor or vendor or company. So my goal is to be honest with everyone with all this stuff, because I wouldn't be getting companies wanting to send me stuff if I didn't have the viewer base. So the viewers come first, the companies come second every time. So if there's any question about ethics, whatever, I've never been paid, at least not yet, by any company. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm a little bit uncomfortable about it, because again, I want to make it clear if I'm getting paid and everything, or if it were, but I'm not. I haven't been. I get stuff for free sometimes, yes. I've also paid for stuff sometimes as well. But to be quite frank, the value of what people send me, except for this Kamado, which is $1,500. That's nothing to sneeze at. But a lot of stuff that gets sent to me is really cheap, relatively cheap stuff, at least for them to send them to me, and it's well less than what my time is worth myself to make videos on things. So although they may give me stuff, I will make the videos the way I want to make them and how I want to make them and talk about what I want to talk about in those videos. anyway, because they're my videos, not their videos. They never paid for them, right? So I'm not sure why I started going down that tangent. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, Brian. Everyone, give a shout out to Brian at Short Circuit Brewers. He's doing great moderating this this chat here. I see someone complimenting him there. Purple Guy 69. So, cheers, Brian. Thanks for the for the assist, I guess. All right, what else we got here, folks? Oh yeah, yeah. Thanks, CJ. He's going to send me a message about that hot seat thing. Okay, great. Robin says he had the fast ferment first. Had to make too many lid sealing problems. Yes, that is right. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh yeah. That's another reason why I wasn't a fan of the fast ferment. It's a plastic fermenter. It's pretty soft plastic, and at the very top, there's like this 6-inch I think diameter lid that you screw on, and it's plastic threaded. And they give you and they send you some pipe thread tape with it. You can always buy your own, but they give you some, and you're supposed to wrap around the threads. They help seal it up, and you got to get it up. You got to wrap it so many times around. And you got to get it on there just right. Make sure it's not cocked a little bit when you get it on there. And yeah, it was kind of a maintenance hassle, because every time you undo it, all that tape gets torn up, and you got to wrap the next one up usually when you put it on for your next batch. Anyway, that's what reminded me about the fast ferment, as to what turned me off about wanting to use it again or more often, because it just seemed to be more work, and I don't like work. I like the fun part of the hobby, not the work part of the hobby. Let's see. Yeah, Brian says those plastic fermenters leach odors, and yes, and the speedos did really bad. Yeah. I never noticed any foul odors. I mean, I made some beers in the ones I have, and they turn out okay. But yeah, I mean, that's always concern about plastics. I mean, they can react, and I mean, there's certain types of plastics that are better than others. Like I think it's like PET, polyethylene. I can't remember the exact word, but it's PET. That's pretty a non-reactive, but it's also opaque and thick, and I'm not sure what fermenters out there are made with PET. I think there's some out there. I just don't know what they are at the moment. But yeah, but I would consider those as well. The plastic that came with the catalyst, that was Triton, I think, some trademark name. It's supposed to be pretty hard and resistant to that kind of stuff, but it's how much, I don't know. I don't have the data sheet or any evidence one way or the other. But yeah, that's always a concern of mine when it comes to plastic too. Let's see. What do we got here? You get what you pay for. That's right. Can't Chef pellet smoker. Yeah. I don't have a pellet smoker yet. I keep saying yet for a lot of this stuff because I'm not opposed to one. The problem which I don't have currently with my current house, and I'll explain why. But the problem I generally have with pellet smokers is that they require power. You know, you have to plug them in, and if it's pouring down rain and you have like power cords and an open outlet outside on your house and winds blowing rain, I'm just a little worried about electricity, right? So a little standoffish about it, but I'm not opposed to it. I think I mean, from what I've seen, some videos, people be using these pellet smokers with great success and not just for smoking, but for actually sometimes roasting and even grilling. I've seen there's certain models and certain companies out there that offer kind of a combination smoker / grill, pellet grill thing. So it's pretty cool. I take one, but I don't have a need to buy one. I got the Kamados, and those handle all my use cases today. So unless I'm looking to try something new, get a new toy, get those kind of urges, I probably won't get one for now. Yeah, thanks. Let's see. Dutch oven cooking is awesome, and you should try it. Dutch oven cooking is great. In fact, I will be showing some of this in the upcoming video, but I posted some clips on maybe Facebook, I think, or maybe Instagram, showing some short ribs I had made. I braised them in a Dutch oven after searing them on my slow and sear, and put them in the Dutch oven with some liquid, some beef broth, and some onions and herbs and things, and braised it, and that was spectacular. I mean, it was so good that I don't know if I had a choice between that same dish again or like a nice steak, I might go with the short ribs, honestly. Man, it was so good. Yeah. Chris Brewer, great videos, Larry. Is Chris Brewer, is that your, that's not your last name, come on. Brewer, that'd be awesome. Yeah, anyway, I was going to say something, but they help your roommate in a ton as we learn how to homebrew. Yeah. Barbecue beans recipe, like you don't want them. Yeah, I have a very popular video for those of you who aren't following that. That's one of the videos that kind of ebbs and flows, or ebbs and flows. In terms of its popularity, it's pretty popular. You just search barbecue beans, or barbecue beans from scratch, maybe even on YouTube, and it'll probably be like the first thing you see. It's a pretty popular recipe. I think I made that video four years ago, maybe, and it's still, I think, my most popular video. Let's see. Hops works well. Lazy electric smoker. Yeah. Have I tried brewing a? Let's see. A cider. Okay. Have I tried brewing a cider beer hybrid? No. I don't know. I haven't even thought of that. Have you? I mean, I've had meads, because I've also made mead before here, right? Or maybe you guys don't know that. I don't think I did a video on mead, actually, not in hindsight. But I do meads once in a while, and there's different types of meads where you blend wine with the mead, or cider with the mead, and things. And they all have different names, like much like what you're saying here, Graf, I think it's called. So no, I've never done that. That does sound interesting, but. Anyway, here. What else we got here? Here's one from, I can't pronounce this. OK NIEP. Hello, Larry. Congrats. Thank you very much. I love your brewing equipment reviews. Do you have any plans to review the Firmzilla 7.1 gallon or 13? The Firmzilla. Well, you got me beat. I don't even know what that is right now. So no, I don't have any plans to review those. So sorry, but I have to maybe go look up and see what that is. Okay. Oh, it's not out yet. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. No, I have to look into that. I got 99 cents from Face Meat. All right. Oh, I got 2.99 tips from Face Meat. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Every penny matters. Every dollar counts. Yeah, awesome. Thanks a lot. Going down the list here. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here, man. You guys rock. Oh, what's for dinner? Says gotta go. Take care. Well, I guess he's already gone. Happy Father's Day. Loved your appearance on Pimp My Grill with Baby Back Maniac. Yeah, that's one of my, I wouldn't say finer moments, but it was more of one of my funner moments, or more fun moments. Is funner a word? I don't know. I'm making up words, I guess. Let's see. And all the discussion about distilling. Yeah, there's yeah, you can get a fuel permit relatively easily, right? But if they catch you with that in your house and not like in an out barn or pole barn or some kind of out space, and if they have any sign that you're not that you could be consuming it, you're going to get in trouble if they come to check you out, right? But from what I've been hearing, people generally don't get raided. I mean, home brewers, winemakers, mead makers, and then now like home distillers. I mean, as long as you're not making a massive operation out of it and selling it right to people, I think you might be in the clear. But I'm not taking any chances. Let's see. What is my opinion? This is from Whataboy13. I think it's what I pronounced it right. I don't know. Great videos, man. Keep it up. What is your opinion on fermenting with a keg converted fermenter? A keg converted fermenter. Do you want to spend money on a spike? Oh, you don't want to spend the money on a spike brewing fermenter? You don't need to spend a whole lot of money on fermenters, man. I mean, I did a video comparing the different styles of fermenters a while back, from buckets to carboys to plastic to metal conicals and the like. I mean, you'll get beer, drinkable beer, decent beer, good beer, you know, from any of those types of styles. I think the biggest difference was is the hassle involved to do it, right? So if you want to harvest yeast, it's easier to use a conical because it's easier to collect the yeast than trying to pour it out of a carboy neck, you know. Or attachments that you might want to add it, you know, to some tri-clamp fittings in the conical. So those kind of things, if those are really important to you, then that's what you want and that's what you need, right? A cake converted fermenter. Oh, I think. Oh, you're talking about like the homebrew kegs where you just use one of the gas ports as like a airlock port. Yeah. That's one of the options I talked about. That's right. Yeah. So I don't think I think I may have done it years ago because I was short on carboys, but there are some cons to it, right? You need to brew a smaller batch of beer so you have more headspace in there, or have a blow-off hose and lose a lot of the beer from the blow-off. So those kegs are only about a little over 5 gallons, I think, and I tend to make 5.5 gallon batches of beer, or 5.25 gallon batches of beer, because I want 5 gallons of finished, packaged beer. That's what I define a 5 gallon batch from my point of view. It's like I don't go to the store and like buy you know, steaks that are like a pound a piece, and this is a bad analogy. I'm butchering this one really bad, but then you cook half of it away, and then you have so a pork shoulder. So okay, good example. So if a 10-pound pork shoulder, and 2/3 or a third of it goes away to like losses from fat rendering and everything, and you have now a 6-pound pork butt, then you're just like, well, you no longer have a 10-pound pork butt to serve. You have a 6-pound pork butt to serve your guests, right? So I want 5 gallons of packaged beer, not 4.75 or 4.5. So anyway, that's why I still use larger carboys, like the 6.5 gallon carboys to ferment, or the 7 gallon fermenters, to give you some headspace, make a slightly larger batch, and allow you to have a finished full 5 gallon batch of finished packaged beer. That's why I don't do it. Okay. Oh, geez. I lost my place again. This thing keeps just getting ahead of me here. Yeah, okay. I found the question I just answered. Okay. Let's see. Bacon. Yeah. Okay. Chris Gould says, I want to see more beer videos. Keep up the great work. Yeah, I agree. I wish I could do more homebrew videos too. I'm not complaining. I gotta find the time. You know, I got a family and a new job, and lots of obligations that I need to fulfill. Hobbies always seem to come last, unfortunately. Wish I could reverse that trend, right? Make the fun stuff your top priority. Wouldn't that be great for a change, huh? Let's see. Oh, thank you for everyone's kind comments. Again, there's a lot of you commenting here. I really don't want to bog everyone down with boredom of reciting them all, but this is awesome, guys. Wow, I am getting behind here. All right, well, I guess I'll just pick a spot to start at, I guess. Any more questions? A lot of compliments again. Cheers, everyone, again. Toast. Cheers. Again, more cheers. Wow. Somebody says that the Fermentosaurus is made from PET. Okay. Okay. I didn't know that, so that's good. Sean Olson. We need to start a GoFundMe to get Larry a covered porch so he can have more toys. I like that, man. Cheers to that. Let's see. I'm just kidding. That would be nice. That is a handicap for me. Yeah, for sure. I don't have covered storage space outside. It's all open to the elements. Let's see. T-Roy. Oh, T-Roy Cooks. Oh, man. Hey, buddy. Hey, Troy. Yeah. T-Roy has been one of the guys I've been watching for years, too. He's got a cooking channel of his own. He's down in Texas. T-Roy cooks responsibly is his slogan. You have to watch his videos to see some of this, but if you're not a subscriber of his and you like outdoor cooking, go check him out too. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. It means a lot, you know. You got a couple 100,000 subs of your own there, so congrats to you as well, of course. Let's see. Wow, lots of good stuff in here, folks. Let's see. All right, a lot of people cutting out tonight. Yeah, it's getting late, guys. I've been on for an hour and 45 minutes, longer than I thought. Time flies when I'm talking. I'm gonna wrap it up here, folks. In a minute here. I don't see any more. Oh, there is one more question at the very bottom, asking me if there's any styles that I would never brew again. Well, so implying that I've brewed already. No, I've actually, well, yeah, I think there is. I was going to say no, but but only because my tastes have changed, not because I had a bad experience. Like when I first started getting into brewing, one of my favorite beers I liked back then at the time was beers like these Belgian triples, doubles, like Chimay and these other beers. Really liked them. I was trying to replicate them. Nowadays, I'm not a big fan of Belgian yeast for fermented ales, except for the wit beer. It's an exception. But so yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to brew a Belgian style of beer again, other than the wit beers. But that's it. All right. T-Roy, oh, thanks, man. Oh, you're going places, Larry. Much continued success, brother. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. I think I caught up at the end of the chain, hour and 45. It's pretty long for a live stream. Going to have to let you all go. I got things to do here tonight. Saturday night, I got things to finish doing here still. So, cheers, Prost, Skol, Nostrovia, all the different languages of those watching. Cheers. See y'all guys next time, all right? See ya.